Good morning, everyone. I am delighted to be here. First of all, let's give yourselves a round of applause. It's a beautiful Saturday morning, and not very many folks could get me up at 8:30 a.m., but Pastor Jones. And so I want to salute you as well, sir. The more I get to know Pastor Jones, the more amazed I become. Not many folks know that he was in corporate America prior to being in the faith-based community, and I think that's what makes him so unique as a faith-based leader. And I also want to acknowledge Dr. Kimball, Teresa Rogers, and the rest of my OU family as well. I'm a two-time graduate of the School of Business at Oakland University, and so I'm always honored, but I feel very fortunate in that not only do I have a connection to Oakland University, I was born and raised in the city of Pontiac. And so to have the opportunity to lead the Pontiac Collective Impact Partnership, which really is a joint relationship between the Pontiac Funders Collaborative, the City of Pontiac, and Oakland University as our backbone partner, it really is a dream come true for me to be able to lead this effort. And I probably wouldn't be here today if not for the tutelage that I experienced in the community and also here at this university. One of the first people that I met, administrators that I met, was Mr. Glenn McIntosh, who has been a mentor and a friend for 25 years now. And so I'm really just honored to have this opportunity. And so, just a little about the Pontiac Collective Impact Partnership. It really is a collective effort. So if you are a member of our leadership team, if you have been involved with the Pontiac Collective Impact Partnership, please just stand for a moment so folks will know who you are. Everything that we do is a part of a shared leadership approach. And I'm really honored that the Pontiac Funders Collaborative looked at the city of Pontiac as a city of opportunity, one in which they wanted to invest in, one in which they believed in, and they brought Oakland University in as our backbone partner to serve as our fiduciary, to help us with our HR functions, to assist with marketing and communications. And so I lean on faculty and staff from the OU community weekly. And so they help make us go round. And so we spent really the better part of a year thinking and talking to residents about the quality of life and what they felt was most important to them in an effort to improve the quality of life in the city of Pontiac. And there were two distinct areas that we landed on: thriving neighborhoods and a cradle-to-career education focus. And I'll elaborate on both of those. Thriving neighborhoods really consist of safety, eliminating blight, increasing housing stability, as well as improving our public spaces. And so over the last really 3 to 6 months, we've really been moving at an accelerated pace. We've been doing a series of town halls. Our most recent town hall was this Thursday, where one of our panelists is here today, Regina Campbell, where we talked about housing, the impact of housing. And that's why, Dr. Stone, I was really impressed by some of the things that you said and encouraged to follow up with you, because one of the things that Pontiac residents said about housing, in particular our panelists said, was we really need to improve the financial literacy of our residents as it relates to putting them on a pathway to home ownership and creating working relationships with those institutions and organizations within the community that already have financial literacy programs and built-in pathways to home ownership. But in addition to home ownership, one of the things that was also clear is that we must do a better job of providing quality and affordable rental options for our residents. And that means really working collaboratively with the city to make sure that codes are enforced and landlords are fully aware of the need to make sure they upkeep their homes. And so the next thing we talked about, or our area of focus, is around blight, eliminating blight. And so this year, in fact, this month, on Earth Day, we will start a week of a citywide cleanup where we are working collaboratively with city council members to have very distinct opportunities to clean up parks, clean up neighborhoods. We are also working with the Rotary Club, who will be planting 100 trees throughout the city of Pontiac. And so this is just the first step of an ongoing process to really begin to address blight in our community. And many of you know Dr. Lucarelli, who really does much of our data, and she is working collaboratively with other agencies to go through an effort to itemize all of the blighted properties in the city of Pontiac. And so we're just really committed to improving the quality of life of our residents. And the next area that we focus on is around our public spaces. And Mike touched on this a bit, but we have really a very unique opportunity in the city of Pontiac to connect our trails to a regional trail system that goes from Port Huron to the opposite side of the state through the Clinton River Trail. And we also have a very exciting opportunity to develop the North Spur Trail, which goes from the east side of Pontiac all the way through the north side of Pontiac. So these are things that we have collaborated with the city to participate in community engagement efforts. We had our first one last month where I think you've heard throughout the day the theme of making sure that the steps that are taken in the city of Pontiac moving forward have the community voice at the center of that. And so we feel really excited by the collaborative effort that's taking place within the city leadership. Within our council, with our mayor, just that spirit of open collaboration and communication is really reverberating throughout the city, and it is leading to a great deal of excitement and enthusiasm about the possibilities that exist to improve the quality of life in our city. And so in addition to safety, blight, housing stability, and public spaces, we also know that in order to improve the economic vitality of our community, we also have to improve the educational outcomes in our school district. And so we have established a cradle to career education focus, where we start on making sure that every student, every resident in our community is adequately prepared to start kindergarten successfully. And I spoke with Leona Patterson earlier today about efforts that she's doing around that in some of our housing units, but it has to be a citywide effort. And you know, one of the things that we take great pride in is that anyone that is doing things successfully, our approach is not to recreate the wheel. We want to work collaboratively with those groups to figure out how do we scale what's working successfully and really address those that are not working successfully so that we can maximize our impact in our community. But in addition to kindergarten readiness, we're also looking at third grade reading, eighth grade math proficiency. I saw as a college and career readiness specialist in the Pontiac School District this dramatic shift of students who were successful in middle school, but by the time they were juniors or seniors, they had really fallen off. So you could go from a 3-point to a 1 point in, So we know that there's some built-in challenges that we have to address. And so we're working now with the school district to establish a summer bridge program for 8th grade students transitioning into the 9th grade. And beyond 8th grade mathematic proficiency, we're looking at post-secondary education readiness and completion. And that includes not just 2-year, 4-year degrees, but also trade opportunities. It includes certification opportunities. Some of you may know that the Pontiac School District has transitioned from your traditional high school format to career academies. So now you have the Academy of IT, the Academy of Business, the Academy of Engineering. And we want to be a part of that in helping scale that. And one of the really the secret sauce of that is not just the curriculum, but the work-based learning experiences associated with that. So those work-based learning experiences, as we plan them out, really start with 9th grade, just exposing youth to what are the career options in the IT field, in the medical field, in the engineering field. When I participated in this in the city of Detroit with DPSCD, I was working with, I think it was Martin Luther King High School, and we took a group of kids to an engineering firm. And one of the engineers posed a question to a young man. He said, "What type of engineer would you like to be?" And he said, "I would like to be a mechanical because I like working on cars." The young man didn't know the difference between a mechanic and a mechanical engineer. So the exposure to careers at an early age really is vital to the success of our community and the stability, the economic vitality of our community. So those are just some of the things that we're working on. Right now, we're also discussing the possibility of a literacy house. We had a chance to visit Brilliant Detroit, who has 10 literacy homes located throughout Detroit, and it really blew our mind when we had a chance to go in and look at it. It's a regular home, but in the inside, it is a wealth of resources and experiences, and they bring in outside organizations for workshops and opportunities for parents in that neighborhood. And Leona, I think that really reflects the essence of what you and I just talked about a bit, and we'd like to do more of that in the city of Pontiac. And lastly, I'll close by highlighting our summer initiative. So we're working collaboratively with Michigan Works. We're working with the Career Services Department here at Oakland University to identify employers to provide our youth ages 16 to 24 years old summer employment experiences. And so for us, it's not just job opportunities, it's also summer enrichment, it's career exploration. So we're bringing in junior achievement as well. We're also partnering with Lomas Brown for his summer youth program. We want to wrap our youth with opportunities to improve their career explorations, their post-secondary education readiness, as well as summer work experiences. As the mayor talked about earlier, we have this wave of violence that has plagued our community over the last 6 to 9 months. And we believe that if we can keep our young people busy during the summer, we can help have a very significant impact on that. And that's a part of our goal, and that's part of what we're doing, but we are doing it not just as an individual organization, as a collaborative effort with the city government in Pontiac, with Oakland University, with our grassroots organizations, our local businesses. This is a real collaborative approach that has been effective in many cities outside of Pontiac, outside of Michigan, and we really feel confident that we can make it happen here. So thank you so much, and I appreciate your time.